July is one of the most important months for sowing seeds all year. Now you might think that that would just be spring, but July is the time when you're going to get in all the veggies that are going to take you on into autumn, through winter in some cases, and make sure that you start harvesting your own food as early as possible next year. So here's everything that you can be sowing this month to make sure you keep eating your own homegrown food all year round. Now the most important thing that you are going to sow this month is your brassicas. These are the brassicas that you're going to overwinter and either eat through winter or early next season. So this is cabbages, cauliflowers, Chinese cabbage, kale, leaf broccoli and collard greens. Now leaf broccoli might not be familiar to you, but it's definitely worth giving a try. It's a cross between broccoli and Savoy cabbage, and you grow it a lot like kale. You grow it for the leaves. It doesn't produce flower sprouts like broccoli does. You eat the leaves just like kale, but they have a slightly more broccoli-like flavour. Now it's really traditional in Italy and it's well worth giving a go. We even have this one, which yes, is called bastard because it is the love child of broccoli and Savoy cabbage. Now the beauty of getting your brassicas in this month means that they can really establish in the module trays or pots that you sow them in, and by the time your summer crops are coming out, these will be ready to go in and replace them on into winter. Now chicory, despite being edible all year round, performs best in winter, and that's because it's the frost that brings out those colours which we love so much. Sowing chicory in July means it has plenty of time to establish and become nice and strong before the frosts start to hit and it changes colour and really starts to come into its own. Don't forget to keep up with your succession sowing, and something you should really be getting in this month is some heat tolerant lettuce. Lettuce doesn't really like germinating in really hot weather, so it's good to get a crop in July that can germinate before the summer really gets hot. And if you go for the heat tolerant varieties like White Boston or Dixter, they will perform fabulously even when it's hot and dry through summer. They're less inclined to bolt. Also make sure you keep succession sowing your roots. So make sure you get some more of your spring radishes in this month. Remember, they mature really quickly in as little as 18 days. So you want to be able to keep getting more of these in. You may already have a really good crop of carrots and beetroot and mangel wurzels on the go in your garden already. But sow more in July because that's the crop that's going to take you on through autumn and into winter. And in the case of mangel wurzels, because they're so frost tolerant, they can literally sit in the ground all winter long and you can harvest them as and when you need them. Swiss chard is an absolute staple winter food. You should be getting more in now. Even if your spring grown plants are looking really fit and healthy, sow another crop in July and then you are ensuring that you'll have lots to take you all the way through the year. July is the first month that you can start sowing autumn radishes, but what I would say is that these radishes like to grow as the weather's cooling down. So if we're having a very hot summer, or if it looks like the weather's going to really warm up, then wait a bit longer to sow these. You can sow them as late as the beginning of September, so you're in no rush here. They're a fantastic crop to have in though to get overwintering. Just make a judgment call on the weather. Rocket and mustard both really benefit from succession sowing, so make sure you get another set of these in this month to keep the supply running. And if you're quick, you can still get a crop of autumn broad beans in this month. Yes, that is right, there is a broad bean that is specifically for autumn cropping. That's autumn light here. You can sow these in spring and you're probably harvesting those around now. But you can get another set in now, and it means you get a second run of broad beans in autumn when you don't usually have much of this flavour going on. And finally, as we move into the hotter months, you might find that some of your herbs start to run to seed. So it's a good idea to get another crop of dill, coriander, and possibly Chinese chives in to make sure that the supply continues all the way through summer. So absolutely loads of seeds to be sowing in July, and don't underestimate how important this month is to make sure that you keep eating your homegrown food.